past, and I'll pick a more sensible car to warm up in.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the trackball's sorry a bit late. The trackball's been playing silly buggers. I've also left my laptop plugged in for a week since I used it. We're now down to 8%. Why the hell is my laptop not charging? Because I had to slightly twiddle the cable. Right. Yeah, my mouse is still playing up. So I've got a optical trackball. With a ball, obviously, because it's a trackball, and I'm just struggling to get it to work. I've just threw some contact cleaner in. The ball looks clean, but now I can't. Now I can't do anything. Which one is it? Is it this one? No, that's a braided cable. I have a little switch box just here, so I only have one cable going into the. Okay, I've just turned the trackball off and back on. And was it a software issue? Apparently not. Yeah, so my rig, the whole of this setup, only has a single USB cable running in out of it, and I have a powered switched hub under there. So I have found that sometimes when you switched off stuff off and on, like I had to sort of power cycle all of the hub to make things work. But it appears to be what's happening now. Let me do the whole hub off and on.
What car are we aiming to start with?
Well, I'm in the turbocharged front-wheel drive car. I want to say XFR, but I might be wrong. Yeah, see now my mouse cursor, it's just kind of hinting at moving. Welcome to technical problems with Lockdown Land. I think there's something in it though. I think there's I might need to open it up. I think it's got fluff or dirt or something in there. See now the light's gone off entirely and it's staying off. So I'm going to have to... No, I can't. The thing is, there's no way to navigate stuff. It doesn't have any non-mouse options. And I did have another trackball on order, but I cancelled it because I've been so happy with this one. But there's nothing obviously wrong with it. Like, I can see the little tracking debris. The ball is clean. I mean, the ring's a little bit dirty, but... That's what I had last week or week before, is it was just dirt. I'll be annoyed because I haven't had the trackball even a year. I know it gets shaken around a lot on the rig, which, now I say that out loud, that might actually be the problem. But I can't, like, navigate the menus with the cursor keys or anything like that. Like, there's no option. I can navigate it in VR, but to start VR up, I need a working mouse. I am open to great suggestions. I don't have any. I don't think it's the... Which one is it? Windows used to be completely usable with the keyboard and mouse. Now it is just so difficult. So apparently I have 3 mice plugged into this computer. I don't believe that to be true. Right, so this is the, and I quote, full speed mouse. The device is working properly. Device is working properly. Change the settings. There aren't any. But now it's just not moving at all. But I'm sure it went wrong when I air dusted it. It might be that something just shook its way loose. But I'll have to go and get a mouse. Oh, wait, it's all working. Yeah, it's all working fine now. So there must be just a hair or something in there that's causing it to play up. So all I want to do is get into VR, then hopefully I shouldn't need it again. Oh, that's a bad noise. Right. I put the ring on. Yeah, it's working absolutely fine now. So maybe it was a hair or a bit. I couldn't see anything. Anyway, I'm going to put the VR headset on now. So I've got my my fancy new strap. So the Oculus comes with this just awful strap, but I've got. Check this bad boy out. Check this out. It's beautiful. So it's got like a nice closure. It's got a halo ring. It's lovely. It's almost as good as my G2. Right, back in a mo. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, it's not very compatible with this headset. That could be a problem. If I have a complaint about the Quest 2, the power button, when you tap it, it just pops a dialogue telling you how much power is in it. Then you have to wait for the power menu to disappear before you can then turn it on. So once you can see how much power it's got, all you can do is close that dialogue. Okay, yeah, this thing is super duper. Oh, your computer is still being set up. Okay. Looks alright to me. Oh, and it's working fine. Whee! Okay, so I need to... please sit straight. Headset position is not known. What? Okay, why do I not have 3D tracking? Oh, that's interesting.
I get that sometimes when a room is too dark.
Yeah, but it's not. But the interesting thing is, the Oculus has told Live for Speed, I can't track. So that's interesting. Okay, I guess I'll turn the headset off and back on again. It did tell me it couldn't work out where the border, the boundary was, but it's like... instead, if you want your room to be dark, get an infrared light of some sort. Because obviously it sees in infrared.
No.
Yes, it does.
So do normal lamps produce infra?
Yeah, but if you want to be able to do it in the dark and still let the headset see, just get an infrared light source, get an infrared LED or something. tracking lost. It's too dark in your playing area. Oh, there we go. Okay, this could be a problem. It just said it's too dark, and then it popped up the see-through, and like, fuck it, it's really bright in here. Just checking there's nothing on the camera. Oh, hold on. I think my headset microphone might have been covering up one of the cameras. So I've just had to patch the Oculus, because it's like, oh, you can't continue that patching it. Now it's going into Create a Guardian, and then out, and then in, and then out. I don't want to create a Guardian. I'm sitting. Confirm. Switch to stationary. Confirm. Enable Oculus Link. Right. It's genuinely not too dark in here, though. Like, I normally do this in the dark. I am really liking this new headset strap, though. It really is very fancy. Right, well, now I'm in Oculus Home. Hooray! Now I'm in my race car. Right. Marvellous. Oh, and welcome to Pig City, Rackving. I tell you what, there's too much fucking setup here sometimes. I haven't checked my sound card for this. On the bright side, I have set my headset up to turn off after... oh, right, that's happened to the wrong sound card entirely. Is it not this one? Is it not turned on? Is it not turned up? Is it the wrong sound card? Why can't everything just work? I can't hear you guys. Is anyone in? Is anyone here? Have I broken this as well? Hello? Oh, good.
Discord hears.
Okay, good.
Or it's muted.
Right, so why is the sound card not? I assume it's this one. So if I put that there, and that there, and I hit test. What is it with these programs that are taking up so much real estate? That's just an insane amount of real estate this is taking up. Ah, there we go. Once I hit test like 20 times, it actually starts coming out the right sound card. Explain that one. Sorry to hear that, Gordon. I hope you get better from your... I assume your surgery went okay, though, so you are... you're pretty much back in the land of the living. Oh. Max, did you get a chance to catch up with our Carrick Man shenanigans?
I watched a bit of it.
Holy God.
Pretty disappointing, so I didn't watch that much, to be honest.
So yeah, we played it for a bit in VR, and I went, this is fucking shit. Let's go to 2D, and it's bloody brilliant. So once they fix the VR stuff, this is going to be it's going to be brilliant. It's really cool in VR, but stuff like every time you access a control panel, it snaps your head to the control panel. So if the control panel's up on the ceiling,
that was horrible.
It's like,
and you looked around and you're like, what the hell?
Like, what were you thinking with this? But we've played it in 2D for 3 streams now, I think, and it's really good. It's really, really, really good game. So it's everything we wanted Star Trek Bridge Crew to be. It's a complex multiplayer bridge control strategy game with huge amounts of variety and lots of things we could do. And it's like, this is great. Now, why is your VR implementation so bad? But the reason I gave it the time of day was because the VR version has a 10% rating on Steam, but last time I checked, I think the 2D version had an 85% rating. So it's not the game, it's the VR.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put my VR headset back on.
Any idea I changed the system back to being automatic gearbox? I was trying to get it to manual gearbox and I've changed my mind, don't like it. Oh, there's auto.
Well, there's not much gain for automatic gearbox, I have to say.
No, I wanted manual gearbox.
Sorry,
I wanted to try and use the side panel to use the joystick as an up and down sequential shifter, but yeah, it wouldn't work. We wouldn't have that at all.
You probably could.
Can't do that.
You probably could, but it's going to be a bit fiddly. How to start the engine? Ah, there we go. Okay, so the only problem with this headset, so I've got a new headset strap for my Oculus, and it's lovely, but it's not designed to have anything at the back of your head like this cushion. So I might have to get rid of this cushion behind my head because it's a halo strap, and that's my only complaint about the G2 is no halo strap. So I'm liking this.
It's a halo strap.
So it's a ring, and the ring goes underneath your occipital lobe and across your top of your head. So it grips a bit like a sun visor, like a tennis player would wear, a bit like that. But it has a dial in it, so you can tighten it and loosen it. That's really nice. But that's how the PlayStation does its things. My force feedback is definitely not all it could be.
There's an advert for New Dimension Racing. Has that always been there?
Sorry?
New Dimension Racing, has that advert always been there?
I don't think the game has any sort of live advert stuff. So I do have one problem with this new strap. I can't keep my headphones on properly with it. Maybe it's supposed to go over that. So I need to get this on my face, there, then underneath. And it's I've only just put it in. You see, I've only just attached it, but it is really good. Let's put that down there, but my hair gets in the way. I'm going to have to put my ponytail through. Maybe. There we go. Maybe there. Did I lose you guys, or what? Did I?
Discord here.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's. I'd swear that the VR cable is down the wrong side of the headset, but obviously that hasn't changed because I put a new strap on it, and I have no force feedback, so it's all just going wonderfully wrong. Don't use something for a week, everything breaks. Force feedback strength, let's try 200%. But yeah, definitely we'll be doing carrier command more. We went up to the first island and we did it, then we did the second island, and then we ballsed up the third island so badly we started again because we ran out of bullets and we couldn't order any more. And at the end of the last stream, we took an hour and a half to basically throw our entire arsenal at one island, so we're going to redo it next time.
How are you supposed to sort of be very frugal with the arsenal?
No. So you have to capture islands that can produce ammunition and different things for you, and that's fine. We eventually captured one, but we should have captured that first, not as an afterthought.
Oh.
And then we forgot to craft any bullets, and then we did, and then we forgot to send ourselves any bullets.
gearbox.
So-
So it's all involved.
So basically, we ballsed up just left, right, and centre. But we needed someone on logistics worrying about that a bit more.
It is a bit worrying that the eye for movement is not the greatest, and getting it stuck behind trees and in ditches can be like a big pain when the timescales are a lot.
Yeah, but I don't. With that, I don't really think you're supposed to rely on the AI. The AI are there for broad strokes, like to get you into the mission. They're not there to actually do the mission for you. That's your job.
But if it gets stuck in approach to the mission, then that makes the execution a bit complicated.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I've seen the video where the guy's whining gets stuck behind trees, but it's like, well, don't send it for a forest then. The thing is, you have to work around what the AI is good at, what it's not, which is fair. But yeah, I mean, I suspect these will come. I mean, they do seem to be quite keen to continue to update the game. And they've already done a big
I
story.
did think that landing on the carrier would be a skill that would have a skill check, but if the AI can do that, then
you haven't.
it's not gonna.
No, because you should. The idea is you can play it as a strategy game, or you can play it as a real-time game. The the mantas might be a lot harder to land on the deck, but the AI should do it, because if you're doing the game by yourself, there's no way you'll be able to like land 4 mantas in a hurry. I might have to restart the game. If I don't get force feedback when we go into the next race, I'll have to start again.
I need a tug.
Yeah.
I've moved the kill mob, what do they call it, to the top dead centre of the steering wheel.
The what side?
Whatever you call it, the knob. Yeah.
Ah, yes. The knob will come off, but it does just pop off if you don't want it on for this game.
Oh yeah, but I've moved it where it's sensible for me. But I'm stuck in the gravel trap, so
I don't know who Pixity Rackthing is, but he's not very good. Oh, or he's completed the race.
The rest of us then.
No, I just blasted past him and then it blue flagged me. Yeah, or not.
Oh.
You are laps behind.
Yeah, but the point was I was going way faster than he was. It's very weird playing with no force feedback though. It's centering, but it's not doing any. Let me just change my car to anything but this. Yeah, okay. I'll give me 2 seconds. Let me just. Oh, of course, I can't Alt F4. I was going to Alt F4 and then click on stuff. That's not going to work. So when I Alt F4, obviously, I don't get to see anything in the VR headset anymore. Oh, now I don't see anything at all. Just Alt F forward, and lift the speed is gone. Nah, I don't think so, son. That's not how it works.
Windows key and Y?
No, this isn't Windows Mixed Reality. I'm on the Quest 2. But that has caught me out a whole bunch of times, that particular thing. Oh, good. It booted up and then it's... there we go. Multiplayer. Join host. Oh, oh, this is not the right car. XFR. Oh, I think he may have been in the XFG. Yeah. Oh, now I've got force feedback. Marvellous. But yeah, I think he's in the wrong car. I think he's in the XF... Yeah, he's in the XFG, not the XFR. So he's in the slow version. I mean, I hope he'll spot... No, Max, you're in completely the wrong fucking car.
I know. What was it? The
XFR.
Oh, that little lame thing.
Yeah. No, it's not the lame one. It's the good one. Okay, now we're in the right car. Let's restart.
Am I in the right car?
You are, but hopefully Matey Bob tweaks. Hopefully he'll twig about 10 seconds into the race. We're all a lot faster than he is. Because we're going to just tear away. Don't jump the lights. You think at this point he'd be like, wait a moment. Well,
sorry.
We slow down for the corner.
Yeah.
I'm getting more careful. Does that mean I'm more pessimistic?
It means you're more likely to win to complete the race.
Fun of that.
Wow, that was too. Winning the race is the fun part. Although driving on two wheels is comes a close second.
Yeah, I can't see my mirrors because I've got a bit of a chassis welded in the way. A bit of cage in the way.
Why not both? Win and two wheels.
Yeah.
I'll give you 100 championship points if you win the race on two wheels. How about that?
Fantastic. Challenge accepted. Challenge failed.
I'm hoping that at some point everyone can get reliable enough so we can actually start doing some proper races. We're doing these 5-lap sprints because someone will balls it up, put their car onto a wall. But the longer races, that's when you need to start thinking about fuel and tyres a bit more. So you have a little bit of strategy comes into play. Right now, I'm just trying to get everyone around the first corner without losing too much of their life. This VR headset, it feels like it's going to fall off. It's so comfortable. I'm really impressed. Because it's distributed the load of the headset in a much greater area than the old strap does, which basically just clamps it onto your face. The G2 is pretty good, but it's not as good as this. Weirdly, the PlayStation one is still the best. I don't know why everyone didn't just copy that.
He's got a yellow flag to pick City Racing. Well, he is like an option anyway.
He's miles back because he's in the wrong car.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't just see everyone drive away going, now either I'm way worse than they are, or I've made a boo-boo in my car choice.
What? Maybe a bit helpful to state what car you are in.
Yeah, but I only have a macro. But it just told.
Is there no sort of variable in there you can pull out?
No, it just said right there. Well, maybe, but it just said right on top of the screen. Shaka did the first lap in the XFR.
Yeah.
At that point, you should go. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm in the XFG. G is the GTI version. R is the race version.
Maybe they think they're so good that they need to have the penalty of the bad car.
Hey, he worked it out. There we go. Pig City rack thing. I am catching you, Shaka, but it's not happening quickly enough.
Do you think you can spin out less times than me?
I haven't spun at all yet. My entire... I'm doing great. I'm doing good laps. I'm going quickly. I am pushing it quite close to its limit. So I am closing.
Nah, you're just saying that to activate the scare effect from far away.
I literally locked off a second on you in that last half a lap. I was 4 and a bit seconds behind. Now I am 2.7. And I've got the fastest lap of the race. Whoops, daisy. It's all good, it's all good.
No spin out?
Nope. Not a great corner though. I may have lost a little bit. No, 3 seconds. Yep, I've lost about 1/4 second. I've gained a second and a half in a lap on you. It's fine, you'll win as long as you don't make any mistakes.
Like this.
Like that, that's a mistake, yeah?
Whoa!
What was that?
Blocking.
Yeah, blocking a car that's going a lot faster than you though is just dangerous. It's my turn not to make a mess. Up like that. Whoa. Tactical braking.
That's your brakes now.
No, I slammed on early in the wrong place, so Shaka would have had to overshoot me, and I could probably have undercut him.
Tactical driveline selection. I wasn't affected by the braking.
My goodness me, this is close. No! No! Oh my god, no!
I heard
Not
this
perfect,
thing about
but yeah.
where the dolt sort of thing comes from. I'm not sure if it's true, but
The what, sorry?
people's the Simpsons dolt.
Well, it comes from Homer, doesn't it? Saying, no.
Yeah, but the actual source of the word, not just Simpsons. There are several sort of apocryphal tales. One is just going "ooh" out of copying an earlier sort of cartoon or earlier film or something, and they just shortened it to dolt. But there was one that seemed interesting where they were basically it was based upon where you weren't allowed to say damn. So people would be like pretending to say damn and then self-correcting and damn. Oh,
yeah.
say
Dow.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's supposed to be something like that.
Well,
Right.
the thing is, I mean, The Simpsons is quite old, but it's not that old. Surely they can just ask them. Going, hey, where did it come from? Yeah, was it initially to get around the censors?
No, that's the source of the word dolt, not the fact that they did it for Simpsons.
Yeah,
It's for self-censoring in real life.
Yeah, but like they could ask, going, is that why you did it? Okay, so are you in 2D or 3D, Max? Are you gonna come into join us in
I'm
VR?
in 2D.
Remember how much better you did?
2Ds.
You lie, because I watched that video back yesterday, and you were like, "Oh my god, I can see where I am on the track. Oh, I can do the corners properly. I know where I am. Oh wow." And about an hour later, you went, "I feel sick. 'Cause I keep rolling the car."
What's that?
Okay, he's in the right car now. Much better.
He's in first. Hooray.
That's like 'cause he was last. He finished last, so he now gets to time first. I don't know if I trust this guy though. I can outbrake him. Yes! Haha!
Go in, McFly.
Oh! Oh yeah, I got distracted with what's going on behind me. I forgot to look in front. Yeah, so I braked late, but I basically braked in front of him. And Max and Schalke are very beside each other there. Remember, we're on the first corner now. Don't mess this one up. Brake early rather than late. And I've suddenly the bottom half of my screen is dark. What's going on?
Whoa, don't be there.
all within 5 seconds of each other. That's pretty close. That's not right. What did you do?
The spinny thing found the shiny grassy thing.
Why are you driving on the grass?
I want to play Lawnmower Simulator.
Well, that's a different game.
Surprisingly expensive, that lawnmower simulator.
Yes, with, yeah, there's car mechanic simulator as well. I'm like, what?
Oh, there's loads. There's rally car mechanic simulators going around at the moment.
Yeah.
It's because there are some very popular ones, and so lots and lots and lots of people try and cash in with clones.
Yeah.
There's loads of SnowRunner simulators which are all clones, which are all awful, absolutely atrocious. You know, 2 weekends in Unity sort of jobbies.
Yeah. My first Unity game. Or is that an insult reserved for the lowest?
Well, I mean, these were pretty bad.
Is that like a flip job?
No, you see, the thing is, you can't flip these things. Like, genuinely, I mean, I've done quote-unquote asset flips, and it takes fucking months. You know, it's just not that simple. In this case, it looked like they hired an external studio to put together their level. So sure, it only took them a couple of weekends, but they paid for several months of a studio of 20 people's time to put the level together. I had this about Area 51. Oh, it's an asset flip. I worked my fucking arse off for 6 weeks straight to get that done. Oh, I could have done this in a few hours. Like, no, you couldn't have. So I have, the bottom half of my screen is very light. I don't think it's showing up on the screen, but about here downwards, it's got a weird light glow to it. I'm afraid Esmia's arm has been playing up, that's why she hasn't been joining us.
Oh.
I did say to her, I think Carry Command it's very lightweight. Like, you can just stand there and just watch a lot if you want to. So I thought that might do better. Whereas Scrap Mechanicals needs lots and lots and lots of clicking and manoeuvring and things. Oh yes.
I'm trying to
yeah.
work out how to do nice suspension on that. Not just stick suspension and
yeah.
But it doesn't really care about that, does it?
Yeah, the problem you've got is you're trying to think a bit too realistically. In Scrap Mechanic, stuff is almost infinitely strong along the directions it's not moving. So you don't need to worry. Whereas in real life, you try that, you'll just snap suspension. So your vehicle...
The example that is that suspension arm between a wheel sort of bearing and a chassis is fine, just hanging there. That would never work in real life. I want to play with this bit more.
it would work.
It's far too much effort.
Yeah, no,
it's far too much effort. I went about 4 iterations, I thought, fuck it.
No, it would absolutely work if... Oh, new personal best. Good job, Max. It would absolutely work if you built it out of carbon fibre and titanium reality. Like, if it was super duper strong, it would work absolutely fine. But in practice, you're better off bracing it from 2 directions and using, steel or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we repurposed your vehicle. So your vehicle, it's been slightly modified, but now has a crane on it. And the crane is perfect for picking up farmers. So the farmers are... So in case we found some... Oh my god, they're a long way away. So we've got like a little convoy of 3 vehicles.
Give me, I have no concept of long way away, bear in mind the long way is to the fuel.
5-10 minute drive?
Wow.
Like, it's a long way.
Well, the fuel was like 5 minutes, wasn't it, at most?
Triple what the fuel is, easy.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's awkward, and has robots.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, the level is procedural, so not necessarily. So we have a vehicle with a cage on the back, and what we do is we put the cage on, and then we put the farmers in the cage with your vehicle. And then we have another vehicle that also has, we've got this, like, convoy.
So basically, you have to wait for the attack, clear the attack, and then immediately go there, grab one farmer and come back immediately.
I think we've mostly got attack sorted. Because saw blades are now so cheap, we just put them all the way around the base, and the mobs just run away from the saw blade. They don't attack it; they just run. They like walk up the top and then bounce off. Schalke has got the tuning on the rocket defences down to a fine art, so things just get mincemeated.
And does it matter, just have a couple of switches on the floor, they tread on a switch and suddenly starts the rockets?
No, we actually do it by hand. Remember, if none of us are at the farm, they won't attack, because the farm's not loaded.
It's effective but not complicated.
Yes. Also, hello Andre, if you join the stream. Nice to see you again. Finally, a real challenge.
Whoa.
I did some good laps there. Happy with this. And as I said, Max, it's not about beating us. That's not important. First, you need to beat yourself. You know what I mean? Beat your best laps. That's really important.
I can really do the reminders in every corner of what the speed limit is and that, well, the best speed on to be doing that corner is. I think I may be putting too much braking onto each corner. So
don't worry about it.
Skipping too much off.
Don't worry about it. That finishing the race is the most important thing. Don't crash off, because you screwed it there because you crashed off. So going into a corner too fast is a problem. Going into a corner too slow is not, because you can come out of the corner well. But yeah, I mean, I've done this consciously on racetrack. I've just braked a little bit sooner than I thought every time going. I normally brake here, I'm going to brake back there. Oh, that's better. It's your exit speed that's important. Going slowly around a corner, it's only, 100 meters or something. Going quickly out of the corner is the important thing.
I flashed him, that'll teach him.
Yeah, should we restart? Shift R.
I have to learn the Morse code for R.
Google will tell you that.
Oh God!
Whoa!
One wipe?
No. So what happened there is I was between you two, right? And then you decided to make the gap. You both decided to make the gap between you less than a car's width. So you both pit maneuvered yourself against the front of my car.
And you being in the back didn't evade?
I got sandwiched between you and that guy. There was nothing I could do. I was like, by the time I realised and I could react, you were already at 45 degrees. Remind me, Schalke, I will send you the replays. You should be able to look at that one in the replay. Like, I was in a cheeky position, but not an illegal one. And both of you guys just very slightly drifted into me at the same time, and both pitted yourselves. Did you survive, Max?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nothing to do with me.
Well,
Nothing to do with me.
You did spin off. Well, you say that, we've got the replays saved, so...
I was, well, all that chaos happened well behind me.
No, there was...
Just get rubbish. I don't know, I think the blue guy...
There was chaos down the straight, though.
Yeah.
Andre's white, I think. I'm blue.
You're cyan.
Andre's in a dark blue, I think.
So I've got two channels on my sound card, my subwoofer sound card. So I bought another bass transducer, a little teeny one. I'm going to see if I can get it fitted to the brake pedals to try and give some vibration. It'd be nice to get the engine vibrating through the pedals.
So how do you connect this transducer to something?
So I have a USB sound card, and the USB sound card connects to the tiniest little amplifier you have ever seen. It's about half the size of a packet of cigarettes. It's 85 watts, beautiful little thing. And then I've just attached essentially two bass transducers to that.
I don't know what you...
Well,
how do you then get the bass transducer to make something vibrate? You have to bolt it to it? Do you bolt the moving parts or something? What?
Think of it as a subwoofer.
It's not a speaker, is it?
It's a speaker with no cone. So instead of a cone, it has a weight. So it's just a speaker with a heavy speaker with no cone. So it doesn't make any appreciable. Well, it does make a noise like a normal speaker, but it's only really any good at moving.
Well, it's still a noise.
Yeah,
like X-rays are light, that's still noise, even if it's out of the audible range.
Oh no, I mean you can hear it. If I play sound effects through it, you can absolutely hear it, amusingly. It's just really bad doing anything other than bass frequencies. Oh, new personal best. But I found out I can configure all of the effects, I configure all of the effects that can trigger from all the data the game can send with a little cot. I'm like, so I can say I have got a left and a right one, I want them for impacts. I can have a separate subwoofer that just does engine audio, or I can have a really big one that just does impacts. So I can configure it however I want. Oh, bugger. But yeah, it's surprising. USB sound cards, I don't know, 12 quid, something like that. It's not good, but it's a 5.1 sound card, and then a 2-channel amplifier off that, which is about 20 quid, and the bass hunter is another 20 quid. But it gives so much texture with what's going on. It's really, really, really good. Through my arse. I'm not going to make up that screw up I made, Sharker, am I?
We shall see. One can always hope for a wipe. Or I guess one should be ready for the others to wipe.
Oh, new personal best from Pig City Racing. Look at you all getting better. Just you tonight, Andre? You haven't brought anyone with you? Nor there's 3 of you. And again, that's twice I've messed that corner up now. Wow. Just wow. He rolled it and didn't land on his wheels, he landed at 45 degrees on the barrier.
Wow. Does the barrier deform in this game? It does,
No, sadly not. Not many games it does. Because a deformable barrier is essentially, or effectively, a very stiff spring, and that's quite hard to simulate. The stiffer something is, the more difficult it is to do.
Oh, what she said.
Goddamn right.
On the wall.
Oh, is he still there? Is he just sulking here? Oh, second off your best lap. Look at you go.
I didn't notice. I think my best lap, I could do much better than that because I came off twice on that one.
Yeah, but your best lap's only 5 seconds off my best lap. So that's, you're now, you know, you're only small increments away. You're not like a minute slower or something. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Over 20. Best lap.
Best lap of the race.
So far.
Well, it's the end of the race, so I think I'm pretty good on that one. And the personal... Oops! Sorry. I've totally messed up my handbrake turn. I thought I'd just sort of do a cool parking manoeuvre and just drove into the side of Sharker instead. I don't know if you're still there, Si, but the only complaint I have about this headset is it really feels like it's going to fall off. I don't think it will. It's actually really secure, but because it's spreading the weight over such a large area, it feels like it's barely putting any pressure on my head. But it's really nice. I'm really impressed. Definitely worth the money. Because the thing about the Quest 2, it is a budget headset. It is a real budget headset. So Max, your car looks a little bit worse for wear. What have we learned? Have we learned anything?
Have a look at... Oh dear. It's a bit short.
It really does, yes. So you lost it down the straight, but I don't see what happened. You and Andre had a coming together.
I think so, yeah. So I got through the first chicane quite happily.
Yep. And then halfway down, halfway down the straight.
Go sideways.
Yeah, halfway down the straight, you or
using
Andre.
the mirrors and driving is just not natural in this car.
They had
much better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, what you should probably do is like an hour before the end of the stream, then go into VR. So do a stint of VR because you will get better at it, and it does go away. For me, I said this was one of the games on the track I can play in VR without the motion rig. The one we were doing with the Laguna Seca turn, that was about mid-limit. This is fine because it's elevation that gets me, not drive and crashing, obviously.
Do we want to do a couple with these and then switch up, Porsche or car?
Yeah, I'm trying to let Max get acclimatized because he's getting better and better and better. And also every time we start, to a degree, we're having to learn from scratch a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hang of throwing this one in, getting the tail out, and then powering through because it's front-wheel drive, so you can give it more beans during the corner. Not too many beans, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in last place apart from Schalke.
What value should we be thrashing the engine to while we're waiting for these red
Oh, I just floor it. There's no engine temperature, just clutch. I nearly did it again. So see, basically, Schalke, Max and Pig City could have done it again. They would have just driven into me. Okay, Pig City's on the inside. Max is fine. Andre is going to get away clean. Oh. Very good, Max. See, that wasn't very clean, and you weren't very fast, but you came out of it perfectly. So you came out of that the same speed I came out of it, so you haven't lost any distance on this massive straight. So it's like a mile long. Schalke, on the other hand, is all over. Oh dear. That was very early braking, though. Wow. I nearly ploughed into you. So you should be on the left-hand side there. That's it. Very good. Remember, run wide, that's it, all the way into the blue. Yes, the same thing I said on the last stream. You're not as good as I am, but you're not so much worse, I can just overtake you when I want. Now I might be able to. So you're slightly slower than I am, therefore you're a massive pain in the arse to get past, which is, it's a good place to be in. Where you don't want to be, obviously, is loads slower than me, because then I can blast past you. And ideally, you want to be in the position of slightly faster than me. But assuming you don't mess up the corner, yeah, that looks good. Schalke won't be able to overtake you on the straight. But if you mess up the chicane and you lose loads of speed, Schalke will just wibble his way past you. on, Andre, put it to a wall. So I'm 5 seconds behind Andre, which is going to be very tough to make up. Oh, and well done, BB-8 150. It's BB-8 150.
Base 12 keyboard, I think.
No, BB-8 150. It's 108 BB-8.
Oh.
Everybody loves BB-8. What was the evil BB-8s? I forgot the number of it. Oh, you are BB-8 150, I see. Is it because you love BB-8 and you're the 150th person to love BB-8? Or is it Baby 8150? I'm actually taking that corner pretty well now. I'm pleased. Nice hard braking down through the gears. A little bit of trail braking, so I'm getting some turn in before the corner has started. It's not helping me. I've gained half a second on Andre. So if we do another 30 laps, I'm going to win. Other than that, not so much.
My car does something weird. When you're in first, it takes you a while to sort of realise that you're redlining it and switch to second. But already seems to change quite quickly.
That you might be wheel spinning. Haha, fastest lap by Andre. I don't think so. Andre, not Andre. But yeah, I am closing. It's not.
Isn't that pronounced Andre?
Andre.
If it's a Swedish name, that's kind of way you would pronounce it.
No, because if he's French, it's Andre. And if he's from
Swedish
North England, it'd be Andre. Yeah, Andre if he's French. Now I'm closer. He's Jamaican. Well, basically English then.
There's actually at least a comedian called Wikström that is an Andre.
Yeah, but he's not from Jamaica. This guy's Jamaican. Andre the Giant was French though, and his name's Andre. And then we have Andrax, which is a type of toilet paper. Probably not related to this conversation at all. Best thing about front-wheel drive cars, you can put the power down much earlier coming out of a corner, so you can't spin them. I mean, don't try. Oh, new personal best. Andre goes wide. Not wide enough though. Oh, fuck! Contact! This is going to be messy on this corner, isn't it? This is going to be really messy. I'm going very slightly faster. Probably not slightly faster enough though. And I've tucked right in. I can't see him in the wing mirror. Oh, he's on my left. Oh fuck me, we went all the way around the corner, two abreast. I like this car. I can just about throw it around like I would a real car. In my dreams. Yeah, Andre, I'm surprised we didn't get any contact then. But that's how you win. Just before the finish line. But I did do, that were I think like 3 of my best ever laps. Oh, perfect parking. Oh. So this one you can do a little bit of oversteer, get the car to slight to spin, and then put the power down. I like this car. This car's forgiving. What would you like, Max? You're our newbiest player. So do you want different car, different track, both different car and different track? Same track but backwards?
Let's stick with this car but the backwards version, because that way our friends can still presumably join us, or can they not?
Well, no, our friends can't join us anyway, but that's their problem.
Okay, fine. I'd like to try this track.
Yeah, okay, let's end the race and I'll do the same car, same track, but backwards. I mean, in the other direction. Let's not actually drive backwards. That would just end in tears. GP track, reverse, on a cloudy sunset. I hate this track backwards because after the finish straight, it's very loose, very easy to spin it straight after the finish line. But I don't have. I mean, I've done that last track for about 14 years because that's been the demo track, and I only recently purchased it. So this should Andre will hammer my ass now because he has much more experience and skill, whereas all I've got is having learned that one track by rote. And Andre, if you want to hit, there we go. Wait a moment, guys. Apparently someone can make me famous on the internet. I just have to buy followers.
Oh, aren't you unique?
Hey man, no one's offering to sell you followers.
They are.
Oh, whoa, car people everywhere.
Be first. Beep.
Bit wide, bit fast. The rule's always the same. You always want to go from the inside of the corner to the outside of the corner to the inside. So outside, all the way to the inside, all the way to the outside. Literally every single corner almost in the entire race car. Yeah, but not that much. Not that much. Yeah, less than that. But there, you were just on the wrong side for the corner. So that's why Schalke just went through. Geometrically, the goal is to make every corner as straight as possible, because then you go around it as fast as possible. So we're going around this the wrong way. Whoa! That chicane is a thing of nightmares.
Comes up when it suddenly comes up and you're like, where are the signs to tell me when to do the thing? Oh, it's here.
It does have them, thankfully. It does have the marker boards.
Oh, I persuaded a friend to get Farming Simulator, by the way. So when we next do Farming Simulator, I'm tempted to try and invite him in. More people help us farm and do things. He hasn't got the Logitech side panel, but he has got a much nicer steering wheel than I have. The G.
Well, I mean, feel free to get
G29. I've got 100% on that. Might be G25.
I mean, feel free to get him in for the for Live for Speed as well. I've
been trying to.
If he's got a steering wheel.
He's got some hang up about. I forget what it is now. He's got a lifetime subscription to another racing game, and he's
iRacing.
Obsessed about that one. I don't know, maybe?
Yeah, probably iRacing. iRacing is amazing. So iRacing, you have to pay to buy the game, you have to pay to subscribe, and if you want a new car or a new track, you have to pay for that too. And I'm like,
wow.
No. Now that is where you go if you're proper serious hardcore and rich. But if he's not playing with his mates, then great.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on. So I invited him to the voice channel, we've told him to get Live for Speed, it's free, can't do much more. Linked him to the channel, you know.
Now, Live for Speed, I mean, you've got Assetto Corsa, you've got all the other ones, but Live for Speed is just one of the most realistic sims out there. This is more like driving a real car than anything else. It really, really is. And a lot of it helps that we're driving cars that do the corners at 80 miles an hour, not cars that do corners at 180. Because as we noticed, when we do the open wheelers, we run out of talent really fast. Whereas this is, I mean, this car's less powerful than my car, substantially so. You're on a strong third though, Max, so, oh, is that you that just spam?
Yes.
Never mind, you're in a weak third.
Wow. Well, I'm going to pick, so I'm going to do something about the temperature in here. Wait a sec.
Oh, get back on the road, you stupid car. Damn it. Went wide there, Schalke. I think it's all yours. Andre, I keep meaning to ask you, what's the symbol between the square brackets and your name? Just kind of looks like an R, like a stylized R. But it might also be a tornado, or an Arabic symbol meaning shoes or something. I'm nice and settled in this car now, by the way. I'm doing it by rote. I'm just feeling it rather than thinking about it, which is good. Okay, but what is the symbol? Like, it looks like an R, like a stylized R. Oh, there goes Chaka. Ah, racers. And is that what you drive in reality, by the way, or are you only a racer online? I speak as the proud owner of a two-door 1998 Type R Impreza. So, with a 3.5-inch straight-through exhaust. So, I am proudly in the racer category.
What do you mean by racer?
Just means a
racer, but with an
no,
I.
Japanese car. As in vaguely offensive, but it's been widely adopted. The sort of car that would be driven by a Japanese person, and Japanese people all eat rice, so therefore a racer. But it's just become widely adopted as that's the sort of the term. But yeah, essentially, you know, racers are Honda Civics, Evos, Imprezas. Just a generic blanket term for Japanese cars.
Why am I still in third?
Because both Schalke and Max, Andre screwed up and restarted. Schalke had a bit of a issue. I'm done. Yeah, this is a hard track. Like this downhill S-bend is a pain in the arse.
I'm beating my car again. Surprise.
I see the downhill S has defeated you as well.
Well, I'm not very good at it, am I?
It's it defeated me a few. I said slightly slower. As always. Wait, he's in Alcoholics Anonymous. What's AA? To me, AA is the Automobile Association. Left-hand side for the entry to this corner. So if you end up on the wrong side, yeah, it all gets really hard. Because you were on the wrong side, so that made the corner really, really sharp, and then it all obviously went very wrong for you. Look at that, you went.
Yeah.
I mean, I say, don't feel bad. I mean, I've seen people do those sort of scripts on real racetracks, like they've approached the corner on the wrong side. They've forgotten the corner's coming. They've approached the corner on the wrong side. They thought they were somewhere else on the track. They were distracted, and it happens. But here you want to be tucked over all the way to the right-hand side.
I don't do that, so I end up on the corner.
And there you go, and brake at 100. And aim for the red on the left. That's good. Yeah, that's good. And aim for the blue.
And the change of time of day doesn't help either.
Then nice and wide, and then tuck in nice and tight. See how much further over I am?
Yeah.
And then I can blast out quicker than you.
Indeed.
But I think that gets you a solid third. Well done. Now, to be fair, a lot of that was because everybody else ballsed up, but you ballsed up less. And that's important.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I've seen F1 races where barely no one finished, and sometimes that's because people crashed. There's that famous race in Monaco, like 4 cars finished or something, and it was just who made the least mistakes.
Oh, that's a really tricky one.
I'm on charleshoss.sa. The
How do you do the colours and the names things?
It'd be a what's-it-call-it code, won't it?
Do you like what's it, Quake?
Not QR code. What are they called? Not QCC code.
Right.
It's in rich text. It's the colour code. They've got a name.
Oh. I don't know.
I've forgotten what it's called. Q code. No, Q code is the CB radio thing. Oh man. Okay, so Charles has forgotten to choose the right car.
Yeah, that's not right.
No. Where is Charles? I can't see him. Oh, he's not in there. Whoa, a little bit faster, Max. Much faster, please.
I was going with the, if I go slowly, everyone else will buzz past, I can just take my time around the first corner.
Yeah, but you were directly in front of me. There wasn't much I could do.
There's a lot of situations where you can't do anything. You just need to stop going into those.
Yes. Well, that comes with experience, Jack, and not driving into situations with no sensible exit. There we go. Oh, we have... I hit some physics.
Let's go before I got you. That's fine.
Too fast! I balls that up. No, there we go. It's all good. It's all good. Let's hope Ivanov is in VR, because he's very close to me. No, he's going faster. That was an interesting racing line there, Ivanov. I like the way it was mostly on the grass. Oh, I did that corner well. First time for everything. But it's this corner straight after the straight that messes me up. Because it's downhill, so you have very, very little weight on the tyres. And there's a right-hander, again whilst downhill. I think that's an Izzard, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, how's it going?
I thought you were working.
I am about to start. Before I work, I have to sleep and get ready for work.
I often try and sleep before work. Every day?
Yeah. No time for games.
Ah. One day you'll be able to just play games at work in virtual reality, and no one will know.
Yeah, on my contact lens or retina projection system or whatever.
Do you remember the games that you could run in your taskbar?
What, like a tiny pixel version of Snake or something?
Yeah, I used to play Breakout. Like in your it was like no, not even in your sys tray rather, not your taskbar. Like
I remember widgets and things like that. Yeah.
But games that ran in like 16 by 16 pixels. I always wanted to write one, but it was all a little bit challenging, a bit like my driving.
So how are you getting on with that headset strap?
It's beautiful. It's so good. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard. It feels weird. It feels like it's going to fall off constantly because it's not death gripping my head, but it's spread the pressure around all around my head. So it's beautiful. It's secure. I mean, I can jiggle my head around, and it's nice.
Yeah. Once you've got it to the right size, it just comes on and off like a hat. It's like putting a baseball hat on, which I quite like. And well, unless you've got long hair.
Yeah, I've had to do that, yeah. I'm also not brilliantly happy with its interaction with headphones, but that's not much I can do about that, really.
Yeah, well, you've got some big headphones in because it's supposed to sort of accommodate that somewhat with the way that it goes up and then down again.
It does. It's just a bit odd, but overall.
Although it's got like
brilliant.
3 points of motion, so you can rejiggle it around. You might find there's a different configuration for it that works. That's still comfortable.
You need someone else to do that for you because obviously I can't see anything, and there's so many bits and bobs. But yeah, Halo strap's great. The comfort's great. I actually get the PU front cover.
Yeah, there is one compromise with it, which is because it doesn't rely on clamping onto your face. It's suspended in front of your face. You might find if you're having to turn your head a lot that it bashes at your nose because of the way it swings left and right, and you can fix that by tightening it onto your face more, but of course then it's tightened onto your face, so it's to choose.
No, it feels great. I mean, all it's really done is hammer home how poor the original strap was, and I did have a 3D printed upgrade for it. My only complaint now is having played it on the G2 last week, I forgot how bad the field of view is on the Oculus. Like this, it's a little bit tunnel visionally.
Yeah, even compared to the PlayStation, it's slightly narrower. But the Quest is built down to a price, which is a good thing because it means more people buy them.
Yes, something like 54% of the VR market is now Quest. Like a huge number.
Good.
They've sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, we like good, successful products.
Yes.
I don't think the financial success of the product is much use for the end user.
It does, because it means there's going to be a Quest 3 and continued support.
Yeah, this is a thing that games are written for, we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, we did some more Carrier Command last night. Managed to run out of ammo, and that was bad, and hit a 3-star difficulty island, and it kicked our ass, but we're going to go back in on Tuesday. It's been really good. Pleased with it in 2D. Not happy at all with it in 3D. But it is ultra cool just standing on the deck of the ship. It's just trying to play it's not very easy.
Yeah, I mean that's what we found with our brief test as well. Especially Malcolm just couldn't hack the poor implementation. But he might come back like me once they've made the VR as good as the 2D version.
Well, I mean, the 2D version's got like a 85-90% rating. The 2D version is really good. It's fundamentally a great game, just let down by a lousy VR support.
Yeah, you just have to pretend it never had VR, and then when the VR is fixed, you can be like, oh, great!
Yes.
What a gift! They've added VR to a great game.
Well, it's like Borderlands 2, that's got VR support, and it's fucking awful. It's so awful, I spent about 3 hours in it, and I pirated it. And it's so bad. A really, really, really poor VR implementation. And surprising that they even bothered and did such a half-assed job on it. And immediately dropped support when it got slagged off, so yeah.
Oh, did they? Because I know there's a PSVR version of Borderlands 2. I've not got it, but
yeah, same
seems
thing.
to do quite well.
No, it didn't. It's absolutely awful, and you don't get it for free if you bought the game. It's a full-price game, and they've stripped out the multiplayer. So good luck completing it by yourself.
Oh, so when you say they dropped it, you mean like they just sort of abandoned that product?
Yeah. They chucked it out. Oh, the race is over. They chucked it out, and it didn't work on half the headset. So they fixed that, and then that's it. But it's got. I've mentioned before, I don't know if you remember Borderlands 2, but the third level takes place on a pirate ship, and the whole ship's at a slight angle. And you don't even notice it in 2D, it's almost indiscernible. In VR, you spend the whole time standing up trying to lean against the floor that's obviously going in the wrong direction so you don't fall over.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. Like there's so many bad things about it all the way through, which is a shame because Borderlands 2 is one of my all-time favourite games.
I feel like if I had to play a long time with a sloping horizon in VR, there's a danger that I'd take my headset off and walk off, immediately slam sideways into a wall.
Or just fall over. Oh man, my best lap was 1/100th of a second slower than Andre's. I mean, I came in miles behind him, but that's not the point. Because of his stupid face.
Did you see my disappointment at Max for that first race he had? I was just watching that bit. It was a really great race, and then you're just going over the finish line almost together, and then Max is like talking about the dough sound from The Simpsons. I was like, oh, I guess he doesn't know what's going on.
No, because
he's on a different part of the.
We're a little bit further ahead.
You missed it, Max.
Yeah, you need to keep up with the leaders. That's all that's where all the exciting horror is. But I said, I look forward to when we all get better and we can actually do a 10-lap race and it be a close one. If you watch most races, you don't push it that hard. You, how can I put it? You bide your time. You don't risk crashing straight off the bat. You say that the last couple of laps. I think they've gone into a slightly lower class car, Schalke, in order to challenge themselves a bit more. I think. They're going to be faster on the corners, but a lot slower on the straights. And he's also in reverse. That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Did you say there was a firmware update for the Quest then?
Yes.
What does that do?
It doesn't let you play until you've done it. So I did it. There's a great article.
What does it?
I don't remember.
Does it add more privacy invasion for Facebook?
I don't know. I've had a few weird glitches since I did it, but I just did it because I didn't have any choice. Yeah, there's a good article on Road to VR, by the way, that lists 12 things added to the Quest 2 since launch, like finger tracking and stuff like that.
Yeah, high refresh rate I think was added after launch, wasn't it?
Yes.
What else has it got hidden in there that they haven't turned on?
Yeah, I know. Well,
a helicopter?
Well, it's all the software thing. It's like the Tesla. They ship it with the hardware, then write the software later on.
Isn't the software like a little different product?
Oh, that was a bit exciting on two wheels there.
Wow, if you buy a BMW, they nickel and dime you for all the extra software features.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, and some of them are arguably safety features that it feels morally wrong to charge people for, but hey, that's their business model.
Well, one of the interesting ones was the Minis from 2017 or something. So the base model, well, I say the 130 horsepower Mini and the 200 horsepower Mini were the same exact thing. The difference was the software. So people were buying the bottom of the range one and then chipping it up to the top of the range one.
Yeah, I can't think of a specific example, but it's things like charging you hundreds to switch on adaptive headlights or rain-sensitive wipers or something like that. You know, it's just like, you bastards.
Yeah, I mean, it's odd because you were always paying for the hardware, but I remember getting cruise control fitted to my Scooby was an extra £2,000 at launch. You're like, it's got all the electronics. All you're paying for is the switch and the rights to use it. It's the same thing.
They know, they've done the maths. They know they make more money by just building them all the same.
Yes. What's that?
When they go into an off-the-market repair shop, they can just clone the top of the market. You know.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happened with the Mini. Absolutely.
There's loads of features you can turn on with the right software and the right cable.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit like the Tesla because I think the 60 kilowatt hour ones and the 75s are the same battery. They just lock away some of the capacity from you. So you're actually buying the same physical bit of hardware, but but you don't have the license to use it.
But does it not manage that battery differently?
Yes, yeah. I mean, you have the advantage that the 60 kilowatt hour one will last longer because when some of the cells are knackered, it will switch across to fresh cells. But yeah.
Well, in the i3, you can do a little software tweak that makes the fuel tank bigger. Just digest that for a second, because in the US market, in order to get through some green law or something, the petrol tank on the range extender had to be limited to, I don't know, 0.7 litres or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, or 7 litres.
Yes, in California, I looked at in California,
California,
you're not allowed to drive constantly on the gas. So that counts as a hybrid vehicle then, rather than electric with a range extender. So if you can drive it on the gas constantly, so yeah, they had the limit set.
Yeah, so in the UK, you have a bigger tank, so it's just a software switch.
I'm afraid they don't do the Rex anymore, because at the wedding I was at on Wednesday, a very nice lady who's looking at getting an electric car, and I chatted about the i3, and I just seemed like the most unbelievable person who just knew absolutely everything. So I'm like, well, actually, if you looked at getting the range extender, which I don't think they make anymore, you buy. She's like, how do you know? And I'm like, a couple of people I know have i3s.
Yeah, in America they do, but not in Europe.
But yeah, she's gonna get she's getting a Jaguar's last ever VA E-Type, a brand new one, 2022. And an electric car, but she hasn't worked out which because she genuinely does need to do several hundred miles a month in 2 legs, and the middle leg is unfortunately at her parents' house, in a terrace house with no ability to recharge. But I'm like, you can really splash and dash though. Just, you know, go and have a coffee. It will genuinely fill it up. Bug your work to get a charger if they haven't for some reason.
Yeah, my dad's just bought an EV. They live in Lanzarote, and so the battery's big enough on it that, you know, just by plugging it in every night, you're not going to run out. You'll get to the other end of the island before you get range anxiety.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been looking at. I'm going to start pricing it up, getting Zappy. So Zappy is this thing that links your house, your solar panels, and your vehicle all in one. So you tell it at what point electricity is cheap enough. So at like 3 in the morning, electricity is cheap as shit. So you start to charge the car battery. And then
if you're on a panel that accepts that.
Well, yes, you would choose a channel that accept that. Otherwise, you're an idiot. Because conversely, at 4 in the afternoon, electricity is enormously expensive. So you then run your house off your car battery. And then he says his car battery was full, and it was sunny. So what happened is the system switched on his hot water tank and heated up all the water because there was literally free energy. There was nothing to do with the energy. So I was like, holy shit, that's brilliant. So long term, you know, that's probably a good idea. And he also made... I had on my
to-do list for ages. I wanted a way to switch stuff on and off remotely, but to do that with my dumb charger, for example, it had to carry high voltage and be suitable for a car charger. So really what I wanted to do was a software controlled relay. And then I found there's this company called Shelly that makes exactly that. They make a range of switches, and they're with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in them. They're really small, they're really cheap. Like the Shelly one, which is all I needed for my purpose, is about £9. And it's really, really good. Like the software and the firmware in it is brilliant. It's got a little web server in it. You can connect to it through a proxy or directly. It will connect to a free cloud service. It's really, really well thought out. And the things you can do with it, it's basically got a dry contact relay inside it. So you can power it from 240 or from like 12 volts DC. And do what you want with it. So there's a little software, a little project thing. It's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was into about vehicle to grid, because say that lots of people do think that's the future. And one brilliant stat. So let's say there's, sake of argument, it's a nice number, 10 million EVs in the UK, which is not a lot. We have bloody hell 30, 40 million cars. And they've all got vehicle to grid. If the electrical grid could tap electricity from the vehicles, and if they were to take, for 1 hour, 1 kilowatt, that's about 4 miles of range, by the way, you could then, from that, tap 70 gigawatts of electricity. And the fun thing is, the UK at its peak has only ever used 63. So electric vehicles, so right now our grid runs at about 10% capacity most of the time. But this means that if we had enough battery capacity, we could literally reduce our power generation to a 10th and still be fine. Because obviously we have, in all of those power stations, they have to deal with the peak power of everyone switching on their kettle at once. But
And the oven.
and the oven, yeah. But most of the time, we don't need that grid generation. It sits there idle, and it costs a fortune. It's unbelievable amounts of money just to have a nuclear power station or turbines or solar or hydroelectric just sit there.
That's why they're basically on all the time, because that's where they make the most money.
Yeah.
But the other ones are more easily on and offable, if that's possible.
Yes, but if we could...
It's fascinating. There's a website which shows you the sort of usage. Very interesting to watch.
Yeah. But if we could reduce our energy capacity, generation capacity, by a factor of 10 to 10% of what we got, and get an enormous amount of battery backing, we would be saving money, and it would be a hell of a lot greener. So we
it's quite normal for people to move to a sort of a green rate that's cheaper in the evenings, for example, and then find they want to have all their stuff come on, like their dishwasher, dryer, washing machine. But the trouble with modern gadgets is they tend modern white goods is they tend to have like momentary switches to start them on. You can't just sort of flick it on at the wall and have the thing start its washing cycle, because someone has to press a button. So there's another company that makes a little robot that you put that sort of sticks onto the power button on your washing machine or whatever, and it's got one job, which is to wake up and press the button on your machine. They're about 25 quid, I think.
Washing machine, by sounds like, because mine's all got the timer option, when you say like starts in 3 hours.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, right, but before those started becoming popular, there's been a decade or more of perfectly decent machines that last for years. You've got no intention of replacing it just so it can turn on at a certain time.
But started to stink, and the tumble dryer was a fire hazard. So,
well, after I stripped my washing machine completely to bits and put it back together for the 5th or 6th time, I finally decided to get a new one. So the new one's got Wi-Fi, which is ridiculous. But you can start it from the other side of the world with an iPhone app. It's ridiculous, but it's quite good. You've got cheap electricity. Yeah, you can talk to it. You can say, you can press a button and speak to it and tell it what kind of wash to do. It's nuts.
That's definitely technology for technology's sake, right there, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't know if you saw the girl though. She said, "I'm having to leave Twitter. My mum's taken away my phone, so I can't tweet anymore." So then she tweets from her Nintendo, and then her mum took that away, so she tweeted from her Samsung smart fridge.
Not like to take that away.
Well, yes.
Well, there's I don't know if it's a myth or true story, but I keep hearing that there was a story about someone who was abducted and held hostage and eventually escaped by contacting the police via a Samsung fridge.
Yeah, I mean they've just got Android tablets in them, like in the door. It's just an Android. It's just a stock. It's a Galaxy Note shoved into a fridge, more or less.
Yeah.
God damn it, Schalke, join the conversation and stop focusing. I can't catch
There's
it.
very little difference in our lap times.
I know, but I'm talking.
No.
I was.
Schalke pays me money to come on and distract you.
Well, it's working.
If you're in a hostage situation, you might be in danger of being iced, so you turn to the fridge to not get iced. Contact the authorities.
Somebody might park their petrol car in my electric charge as well.
I thought I blew to my clutch, but I didn't.
Not yet. Hopefully it's a bit slippy. Oh, this is so close. What's going to happen in a moment, we're going to plough off around the corner, wreck both our cars, and Max will just trundle past, giggling.
And you will do it from behind, and I'm gonna yell a lot.
That's what she said. I think I've got the entry to that chicane sorted now. I gained loads on you there. Oh dear, Max went a little bit wide on that corner. Too fast, Max?
First of it. Oh, I don't really know.
Just came round and just saw you just slam into it. Okay, Shako. No
I'll see you later, folks. Have fun.
Enjoy this game.
Have fun. So now I'm close enough to put the willies up Schalke.
What's that left of this game? How are the viewing figures for the Stereo Command?
Pretty good because a lot of it's new and a lot of people are interested in it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I've been like, don't get me wrong, it starts awfully. You've got to go through this rubbish tutorial which doesn't show up in 2D. You have to do all this crappy little adventure game stuff to start off with, but the actual game is superb. I tried! No, Schalke!
You did come up from behind, and I'm gonna yell at you and make a video
but
about it.
You'll be able to see on the replay if all you were trying to push me off the track. I think that's the bit where I might get right of way. The only way I was braking as hard as I could, all I could do there was to swerve into a concrete barrier. We should get professional. I do actually know some professional race marshals, but they're probably not going to want to adjudicate our live for speed. Where's Tad tonight? Yeah, I didn't have a choice, so I came in on the inside of you, and then I saw you coming across on the right, so I braked, but that was it, that's all I could do. But you should probably have looked and gone, you know what, I can't come in. You probably shouldn't have come in and gone a bit wide.
That sounds a lot like the person in front dodging.
But yeah, but what you did, you rammed me. I didn't ram you. My only option was to drive off the racetrack, which I would assume is not something that we are ever expected to do. But again, I suspect these rules vary per per race class as well. Like in F1, I suspect it's different rules to GT. But there wasn't much I could do. I mean, at that point, my only option was to drive into the concrete barrier, which I would never do, because I would hurt myself and definitely my car.
And slamming the brakes was not an option?
I was already braking as hard as I could. I was attempting to outbrake you into the corner. And I don't have a parachute button, so... Or I'd have pressed that. We haven't done this track before, by the way. This is Aston. I need you to hit the go button. But yeah, we've got all the replays, so I can happily send you all the replays. Because there was nothing I could do. I had attempted to outbrake you, hoping that you would go away, but you hit me. I didn't hit you. I had nowhere to go. Now, whether or not I should have been there, that gets into the realms of I'm not that skilled at the rules of racing. Oh, we have done this track. Well,
maybe you should have dodged me.
I couldn't see.
Maybe you should have looked.
Maybe you should stay on the tarmac. I'm not taking... Oh god, I am taking that shortcut, but not on purpose.
You're right, the road is a good bet.
But this is the thing, in real life, what often happens is both race drivers attempt to be a little bit brash. And it's when they both do... I mean, in that case, you should, and I mean, I understand it's not that easy, but you should have looked left, seen me and gone, right, I can't just drive
What? It was happening that?
I braked! My brakes aren't that good! I was braking! Check the replay! But
You should have checked your inner angle.
What would you like me to do? I'm already braking!
Steer right.
That would have still hit you. Steering left or right with both would have hit you. And the more left or
You are often in a situation where slamming the brakes does nothing and using the wheel does nothing. Surely you can react earlier.
No, because you just came straight across. I mean, in that case, you didn't take the corner. You just went straight across it. I don't know what you would want me to have done. You just put yourself in front of me. But, like, I don't know what I could have done. This first corner is a nightmare, isn't it, though? Well, sorry, I'm stuck behind Gay now. There you go, he's just crashed. But sometimes you just have to take a corner, hope you know where the other person is, and just offer up a small prayer and just hope that they aren't going to hit you on the way around. Too fast, too fast. Too fast again. On. I think I may have done something bad to my tyres. Keep slipping, come on. Too many cars in my rearview mirror. Essentially, I don't actually know how pancake players would be able to play competitively. Like not being able to check your blind spots, or even not even your blind spots, like just checking left and right. And I do my best, I promise. It's a shame the game doesn't transmit head look as well, so you can actually see if I was paying attention in a replay.
It does, doesn't it?
Not really. Oh, I don't know about the replay, but it only has full head track. Like, I have to tilt my head past a certain bit. It doesn't show me if I was just glancing a little bit. Oh, no, 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 no. But yeah, from my, I think you're closest. From my point of view, by the way, you just did this. You just went straight across there. You were like, you were here, and I like this is what like, I was to your right. You were.
Yeah, in a similar situation, you thought that you were in the right.
What, on the previous track? Nothing like it. We're halfway. You're in the middle of the.
No, when you were rolling your car in the end of the usual track, and went rolling, you thought that. you were like not braking correctly for the corner, and you thought that I was in the wrong, slamming into you.
No, that was different. So in that case, if you reverse up here a sec, it's the wrong corner, the wrong direction. Okay, yeah. If we do the corner the other direction, that should work. Yeah. So you're me, and you're driving along, and no. Where you were.
Which side are we taking this?
You take it on my right. So we'll recreate that corner, but mirrored. So go to my right. Okay, just drive forward slowly, just nice and slow. So you're me, right? At what point you did this? You did that. What are you supposed to do? You're already...
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I came from the other. Came from the inside of the corner.
We're talking about a different corner then. Are we talking about the one on this track or the one on the previous track?
The usual side. We were going backwards on the usual track.
Yeah, and where you pinched me off just before the chicane. Or a different time. I'll say it when I can remember.
Yeah.
Because in that case, well, that's what happened there. Like in this situation, we're going forwards. You're braking as hard as you can, and you cut me off.
I'm mixing up because we are switching roles. So
I mean,
let me recreate what I think happened.
And we'll talk about going into the chain. Okay, so I'm on the inside. Okay, so you were in front. You were in front, like that, and then I'll come towards the corner. And I start to brake. So at this point, I'm at full.
You're having speeds that you would not be able to brake without going off on the grass on the left.
Well, on the right. No, but there was concrete. I couldn't go any further off. I ran out of track. But by this point, I'm out of track. I'm full braking. There's no track on the right I can drive onto, and you were in front of me, and you just drove into my front quarter.
Now I'm in the back of you. Should I go forward?
Yeah. So if you go forward slowly. So I'm going forward. So yeah, just keep going forward. So I was braking as hard as I could, 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 and I can't drive into the concrete barrier. I can't brake any harder, and left would obviously be stupid. But
why you can't go right here?
I can here, but on the other track I couldn't because I'd have lost a wheel. But I believe you forcing someone off is a no-no. So in this case, you have actively come in front of me. Now I've put us in.
How I am going straight in my drive line. How I've come in front of you?
You are because you've come.
We can both go straight. We don't need to curve into each other in order for our drive lines to intersect. If we take the corner differently.
Yes, if we take the corner differently, but in this case, I was going around the corner like this. There's nothing I could do. I can't go any further to the right. That's off the track. You came in front of me.
Yeah.
You caused me.
You were overspeeding. You should have given my driving line and not collide into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to get in front of you. I messed that up. But then you ran me. And again, this is the sort of thing that will go in front of the stewards and be all over the. Yeah,
but you keep doing this kind of maneuver, so it needs resolving at some point. But I guess we get more samples for it and learn about it.
I need to get better at it. The idea is you take a poor line, brake later, and end up in front of the car. Do the corner badly, but they are forced to go wide or slow. I mean, that's how you overtake. You don't rely on them being slower than you. You rely on forcing them into a poor racing line.
You rely you being faster than them.
No, not at all. You can't be faster than someone. It's only in stock car racing. Like you're talking about a couple of miles an hour. So what you do is you brake late on a poor racing line, and they're not supposed to ram you. Like that, yeah, like that. Well, not exactly like that. But yeah, like that.
That would have been a great maneuver if it worked.
Yeah. So what the idea is that you say hold on. Let's do it on this really sharp corner coming in. So I'll take the correct racing line. So I'm in the correct racing line, and you're doing the same speed as me. You can't overtake me. So I'm beginning my braking maneuver now. You brake later than I do. So as I do my turn in, no, keep going. Keep going.
What?
So as I do my turn in, there's a shouker in the wrong place. All I have to do is then go wide, and hopefully you can then crawl around the corner, put your foot down, and I've had to take it wide. Now this is quite a hard thing to do. We're not professional race drivers, so we're not very good at it. But that's the idea.
Yeah, but if you run behind, you are in the wrong, but then it switches faster that the other person should dodge.
But, I mean,
it's
okay,
tricky.
so at this point here, just keep it going like this bit. So you're on the racing line, I'm not. So you're in front, so you'll start to brake for your thingy. I brake late, very late.
Now you are in front. But...
Yeah, because I brake later. That's the idea. And don't forget, I'm not a real race driver. I'm messing it up. So I'm braking later. You're taking the correct line, but you can no longer take the correct line because I've just shoved myself in the way. So you will
if you manage to get ahead of me without contact, but you can't brush to be front.
No, it's because, I mean, that's what I've been attempting to do. I'm not saying I'm succeeding at it, because it's quite hard to do. Like there, I tried to do it, messed up. But again,
if the mess up leads to contact, then that's kind of bad for the front person.
That's my fault, absolutely, yes. And then that's why they have punch-ups after the race. But if you take the correct racing line, there, bang.
Oh! And you are now in the wrong.
A little bit of both. But, I mean, in reality, hopefully you're a professional race driver and you'd have noticed that... Where's he gone? Oh, right, he's trying to entertain.
Yeah.
But we're not
it
that
gets
good.
a lot more complicated than the person in front is in the right.
A lot of it is you shouldn't ram other players. I mean, other cars. That's the short version. And even if you are in the right, ramming them when you could avoid it is frowned upon. But this is getting into proper overtaking manoeuvres, which we are, as I said, not really good enough to do. But I'm trying. If I can dive past you, I will, and I have done it a couple of times. The thing is, I can only do this on basically you and Esmir. If I try on anybody else, they'll ram without even knowing I was there. Now, get nice and tight, and forgot to change gear. Yeah, there you go. That was more like what I'm trying to do. So you could have rammed me by following the racing line, and hopefully I've got far enough ahead to block you off. And then just drive to the sand trap. We're so good at this. But this is because you and I, and as we do it straight, we're now getting past the hope the other person screws up. Now you have to make them screw up by getting in the way, by making them take a bad line, and hopefully that means that you can do it. Now remember, if I make you take a bad line by diving on the inside, I'm taking a bad line too. So you and I are in first and second place, but I'm massively slowing you down in order to get in front. So that means that the third place guy is going to start closing. Because you and I have both taken a corner slowly. I've gained a place, you've lost a place. Because if you do it like that, this is the thing, it's risk-reward, because if you don't close that gap, you either end up ploughing into the side of them or messing the corner up. And this is where it all becomes much more difficult, much more interesting. And obviously the consequences are quite bad. Oh, yeah, close enough.
Oh, you would be in the wrong.
I was out of track.
Oh, I was to front. I undertook you.
Yeah, but I didn't have anywhere to go. I was out of track. All I could do there again was drive off the track, which I believe is not generally accepted. We should.
And you think that like avoiding collision by going off the track, like keeping on the track is higher priority than avoiding contact?
If my only choices are hit you or drive off the track, it's probably your fault, or a mixture of fault. Yeah, your fault is very common. But this is why there's the blanket rule is that the person in front has to right away. But then you get that very, very fluffy thing. What does the person in front mean? And
isn't that like the front wheel line? Wasn't that a very simple bright line rule for our purposes?
Not only in a straight. Round a corner, not so much. Because round a corner, being on the racing line means you can be further back, but you'll have much, much higher velocity. Oh, we finished the race, I'm still driving. But this is where you're taking the step from monkey see, monkey do, into can I do this corner wrong in order to give myself an advantage? And you'll screw it up, I'll screw it up, you'll screw it for other people. But you have to, try not to, that was horrible. Wow, Victor. But you have to try not to screw it up, obviously. And you have to try and dive in, and hope that other person is paying attention and suddenly goes, whoa, there's a car there. Which I'm sure will happen at least 3 times out of 10. I should look it up. I'll try and look up right of way in racing. Whoa! My God, I'm close. Dune buggers all over the place. But because I'm in VR, I also have the disadvantage. I can see people about to ram me, and I can get out of their way when they shouldn't be. If I do nothing,
you don't see them.
I do. Okay, I'm on the inside. I bet he hasn't seen me. Nope, didn't see me. He slammed into me.
But you don't.
I do. I spend a lot of my time looking in the mirrors, so I do have a very good idea where people are, much more than when I'm in Pancake.
And it's a bit tight.
It is a tight corner. The whole track is quite tight, all apart from that chicane.
Distances also.
Yes. Well, this is why I want us all to continue to practice. But I mean, unfortunately, I need to play Max. You have to take it a little bit seriously. If you keep sort of burnouting it doesn't work. You will end up just crashing a lot. You have to brake properly.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, but no, that's fine. But say you do have to take it not seriously, but it's not like Wreckfest where you can chuck it into a corner and go wee and come out and it's pretty much okay. You'll go, why am I upside down? And as I was saying about psychological moves, like braking early on the corner, that means they have to brake or ram you. And I don't believe there's any rules on that. I think I can brake randomly on a straight. I expect the F1 rulebook's quite big, so we'll probably have to find a simpler one. But yeah, I'm hoping, on sort of Carrier Command, I'm hoping they do a VR patch sooner rather than later. Because I say, it was spectacular sitting on the bow on the bridge of the ship. Absolutely amazing. And if you don't want to play the game and just want to be in VR in it, it's cool. But you've got this gun turret, and you have to spend a lot of time zoomed in on the gun turret, targeting things, and you can't zoom in VR. And it's like, well, did you not think about this at all? Did you hope no one was playing it? Like, there's no what they need is like a television screen option for that. So you're actually looking at a TV screen and you can zoom the screen in and out or something. But it's definitely better than Star Trek Bridge Crew, and I really look forward to PvP in it.
For some reason we are not giving Pulsar a go, and that would be interesting to contrast with these games.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if Carrier Command didn't have the words Carrier and Command in it, I probably wouldn't have looked at it so much, but genuinely one of my all-time favourite games as a child. Put hundreds of hours into it, never won a single game, thoroughly enjoyed it, and always wanted multiplayer. Damn, you guys are neck and neck back there.
Having carrier versus carrier with crew size of 2 could be interesting for Carrier Command.
Yeah, or crew size of number of players online divided by 2, yes.
Yeah, but it felt that at 3 players it's starting to hit the limit where there's not stuff to do, so I thought that like it would be like more like 5 people needed to operate standard things, but it starts to saturate even at 2 or 3.
Not in carrier versus carrier combat. You want 1 on the guns, 3 in airplanes or walruses, 1 driving, 1 doing defences. You've got bare minimum 6, sorry, just to stay alive. So it's probably 5 on 5 is about optimal. During the normal gameplay, there is downtime, usually between going between islands. But you say that, you said, oh, there's nothing to do. Why did we fail? Because we ran out of fucking ammo, because we were all so distracted. No one thought to maybe, you know, order some more of the ammo for the guns. So... Oh, did you come in second? Very good.
Yeah.
I taught him everything he knows.
Keeping the vibes to a moderate amount. Only 1.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will absolutely 100% take responsibility. I tried a cheeky overtaking maneuver and it didn't go according to plan. If you'd seen me there, you probably would have swerved wide. But if you don't glance left, it'll be like, why'd you hit me? But yeah, I was trying to... Which other car? Suggest one. I can't type. Victor, if you're on the stream, I think you've been on the stream before. I can't type. All I can do is I can just go like T, or I can put my hazards on. That's about all I can manage. Want to suggest another car? You can. You have any choice of car? Shout. Yeah, thank you.
I do have access to the full keyboard, even if I'm typing slower because I'm blind.
No. Brilliant. Should we do the XRT then? Let's do that one. XRT.
XRT.
Oh, okay, I have to bounce the throttle on this one. Does have ABS though. Luxury. And it's rear wheel drive. And June comes out the XFR. Well, he's allowed to have the XFR, but I don't think he's going to beat this. This thing, we've been in the front wheel drive car the whole evening. Now we're going to a rear wheel drive car. Without throttle cut. Heavy car. Drifty car. Yes, I'm going to have to concede this corner to you. Oh. Bugger, I did exactly the same thing. So remember the Lotus mantra, add lightness, and then remove weight. This car suffers from being very heavy. Well, I'll say very heavy, the other car's just super light.
Does this have the effect that if you ease on the gas, your turning actually worsens?
Under some circumstances, yes, but mostly not. You can do what's called lift off oversteer, but it's a rear-wheel drive car, so your acceleration and steering are not going through the same set of tyres. So you can do yeah, it's different vehicle dynamics. I mean, it's a complicated subject. This is why I like four-wheel drive. This thing feels like I'm driving a Vauxhall
I do tend to
Cavalera.
notice the exceptions.
Sorry?
I tend to notice the exceptions of the rules that I've learned. Because normally easing of the gas helps, but if I need to turn and it turns less, then it's not actually helping.
So letting off the gas will shift weight onto the front. That's always the thing. It will give you more grip. However, if you let your foot all the way off the accelerator, you are decelerating. So therefore, you have less steering. What you want, ideally, and again, this is easier to say, harder to do, is balanced throttle. So around a corner, you should neither decelerate nor accelerate. You should be at the perfect speed and give it a little bit of throttle, just enough to maintain your speed. That means you have the maximum of friction left over for steering. Your main thing is this is just a really heavy car. And I keep going into a corner going...
So does that mean that if I'm slowing down a turn, then I'm also not turning as much as I could?
Yes, because you are putting some of the friction is going into losing speed. So it's quite hard to do, but I mean that's how I take tracks in real life, is you just put a little bit of throttle on. It doesn't really matter. If you put in a little bit too much or a little bit too little, that's better than none. But no throttle is the same as a little bit of brakes. God, this car is a freaking nightmare. I'd like to point out, by the way, I demolished Victor in the front-wheel drive car. Oh, Shaka, you played Creeper World 4, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've completed it now. I picked it up. It's surprisingly meh. If you strip away the fact it's in 3D, I don't think they added anything from Creeper World 3. In fact, they removed stuff. Because all the time control stuff went, and you don't have any upgrades and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah. They have just added co-op, which is interesting. Although, quite frankly, 99% of the time I'm waiting for stuff. I'm very rarely the limiting factor. It's nearly always the builds. But yeah, I was just a little bit underwhelmed by it.
Yeah, it's a bit samey, and the game mechanics don't really use the third dimension, and then it's all the 2D contact visualized more.
Yes.
That it hits better, but gameplay doesn't really touch the 3D.
Yeah, and you said all the upgrade systems are gone, which annoys me. I was like, oh, I quite like the upgrade system. We had it was the ERN, but yeah, I completed it, and I was just a bit like, nah.
I guess, if you have a good series going on, then touching on the fundamentals to adapt to a new dimension could be a bit scary.
Yeah, well, oh my god, the game itself, the rendering and the engine are so bad. I was hitting 20 frames a second on my PC going, right, what the hell? Let's go with the FXO then. So this is the FXR. This is like the last one, but actually with decent tyres and aero.
FXR.
Yeah. This one's a little bit brutal on the motion reg. say Creeper will suffer from the same problem as the other ones as well. The moment you get terps, everything becomes easy. You're like, I don't care. I'll just create a something really deep, like a wall with a hole the other side. And Jesus Christ, Jude, out of the way. And then I can just mortar it. And you can solve almost everything by that.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going, guys. Cheers.
Alright then, see you tomorrow, sir. I psyched Victor and he spam. He kept trying to dive left and right at me, and I blocked him both times. Now, has June worked out? Oh, June's AFK. Yeah, this one goes around corners a lot nicer. This one has nice big tyres. Nice big rear wing. And you can even tweak the rear wing, but if you want more downforce or more acceleration. Everybody's catching. That's not what I want. Did you get a chance to watch the new Evangelion, Schalke?
No, I checked that Finland is not in the area that Prime Video would release it here.
No, well that's rubbish. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the first two films were great. I think they toned down the batshittery a lot, and then by the time the third one rolled around, it's all back again. And then now we are all over the place on this one. Some very nice moments, some nice character development, and then what the fuck? People don't actually act like that, and what are you talking about?
Esoteric layers, yay!
Say again?
Like meanings that are deep or are like supposed to wash over some viewers' heads.
Yeah, unfortunately I think this is more hello, I'm 13 and this is deep, rather than actually being deep and clever.
How can one tell?
Well, as I said, a lot of it comes across as, don't worry, someone on the team read the Bible once, rather than actually being clever lore or clever myth. It's just, we'll jam something in and it sounds cool.
If it doesn't correctly reference old lore, doesn't mean it's not creating new lore.
It's more like name dropping rather than doing it. Whoa, Victor's brave. Now, can I undertake Victor? Yes, there you go. Oh bugger, he undertook me again. I outbraked him. I'm being very cheeky out here in front, Schalke. Please catch up and capitalise on it.
I can
Wait, I outbraked him.
He's braking to avoid you. Ah.
Yeah, I just outbraked him on 2 corners in a row, so I came on the inside. Very brave. See? Now, hold on. His car's blatantly faster than mine, though. What? Holy shit, that was close. That was really close. Wow, all three of us within 1 second. Yeah, so I outbraked him on one corner, then he outbraked me, and then I outbroke two more. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Because, yeah, he sent me his setup, but I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I've just got hard track. Because he sent me a set. I assume it's just appeared in a folder. I don't know how, Victor. I've no idea, I'm afraid.
I see only two settings, and they're both mine.
Yeah.
Or, like the default and mine.
Yeah, I just see the hard track one. I don't know how. Yeah, Victor was definitely faster. Victor's setup much faster. He was barreling past me on the straight, but I was saying to you, I was being, I don't know how. Unfortunately, Max has got the macro to link our stream, and I can't type in VR. I hope I typed something. Yeah, there we go. Because it says he sent his setup, but I don't see it appear. I was surprised. I guess you could spam people by God. Take my setup. How? But yeah, he's 3 seconds a lap quicker than me, 2 seconds a lap quicker than you. Press N. That does connection list, names over cars, names off, and select. Oh right, yeah, got it. So you press N, and so in the connections you see here, then I can click on S. Then I can save it as his setup. Did you manage that, Schalke?
Somewhat, I found now, and I'm naming it.
Interesting. He's raised his suspension.
Now we are back to stock car racing. Tuned edition.
Yes, tune. That's fine. As long as we're all equal, I don't mind. What I didn't want us to people start doing was to download like massively tuned setups.
Relatively tuned.
Oh.
No, we are all top notch, so no, none is top notch.
Nice getaway there, Scrubs. I don't know why I'm so good at pulling away from the start line, but I seem to always do brilliantly at it, and I have no idea why. To the point where I wonder if I have some sort of actual advantage being on a LAN with the server. Wait.
Ooh. He lost it.
Well, this brake, yeah. You have to use some analog on the braking. Wow, he's given up. Bloody hell, Victor. See, now you are close enough to probably outbrake me. And there you go. But you didn't lead off at enough speed. So I then, on the second half of the corner, did the same thing back again. But you get the idea.
I knew now how you do it without contact, but the responsibility of avoiding contact is still messy in my head.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, ideally, everyone has responsibility of contact. But yeah, it's tricky, because if I don't look round to my apex, I won't see you. I'll go right into you, which is obviously not what you want. And because I'm not a pro race driver, I'm not as good at that as I should be. But I am getting there. Nice save. I'm sure there's a way to hit this corner much faster, but I don't seem to have any grip on the way down.
You can if you slow down the first parts. Which might not be ideal, but that's how you get grip.
Yeah. It's because it's down, it's floaty. You know, because you're going down at, if you're going down at half the speed of gravity, you've only got half the grip of the tyres. Oops, wrong gear. Whoa. But this is the thing, we've done different cars, so I don't know whether this car can outbrake that distance. If you're really, really close, that's when you can do it. Again, that's why it's a good idea to come out of the previous corner well, catch up with them on the straight, and then slingshot your way past on the tight bend. You know, just like that. Oopsie.
Minimizing the crew up.
No.
No.
Now, who did the corner better? It was me. It was me. I can't come in any tighter. That was close. So I took the corner slightly better than you, so I just sort of dribbled past 0. Look at the time, 0.013. Let's do one more.
I think if I have kept it tight in the end, then our race lines would have collided.
If you kept
I'm wondering who would be right there.
In that case, it's not really about who was right. If you had kept it tighter, I would have hit you because I had no brakes left. That was it. I was full
Yeah, but
braking.
in the straight.
Yeah, but I mean, I had already overcooked it to that corner. Like, if you had taken any different route, I would have hit you. You overcooked it too, so thankfully, we didn't cross. See what I mean about the start? Well, I cannot be that good. I don't understand.
I guess if you're in full neutral, you have like full revs. Might be that. I don't have full revs. No, I don't know how it's the effect of that. I have only like half revs.
Yeah, I would say as you run out of track, the right of way starts to revert to the person who doesn't have to be, to the person who can not drive on the grass. Like, if my only option is drive on the grass or ram you, your option is ram me or don't. And then I think the blame will falls to you. Like, that's when I run out of track. Like, I shouldn't force you off the track.
I thought that the thing would be that the person behind should ease so they can go behind the person that would squeeze them out of the track.
This thing is very twitchy. What I mean is I can't use the advantage of being in front and then slowly drift in front of you, so you have to then drive off the gravel or ram me.
Why not?
Because I'm effectively ramming you then, and hoping you get out the way. I'm forcing you to have an accident.
Does that mean that I'm being in the front, I have to provide a good driving line for the person behind me?
No, but...
If I want to take the corner tightly and I think there's a good racing line, and the other person also wants to take tightly, and I'm in the front,
if you're,
do they get to keep the tight line because they are behind? How does that work?
It's more about around these tight corners that the concept of in front becomes a lot more woolly. It's fine on the straight, it's nice and straightforwards. It's pretty straightforward on the way.
Like the last low, like the last bend, there's like the super tight and then there's like the super loose corner. On the super loose corner, if two people have intersecting drive lines, one is taking it a bit tighter and the other coming from loose to tight.
Yeah.
So you have to yield your loose to tight drive line if the person that has the tighter is coming from behind.
I mean, I think it's a lot of it is a game of chicken. You hope the other guy will blink. It might be there are many circumstances where there is no obvious right of way. You're hoping the other guy chickens out before you do. Hence why you get these very complicated situations in F1 races.
But if neither chickens out, do they both get yelled out, or is it just a random who happen to be more
well, I mean, this is where the marshal spent a long time deliberating, and the two drivers probably have a punch up in the car park afterwards. Yeah, I will try and look up because I'm curious. Because I mean, I know the terminology, like slamming the door, etc. But I don't know under what circumstances what the rules are that the stewards would apply as to who was in the right. I'll try and find an hour or so tomorrow to fit the second subwoofer to my rig. I want to get some rumble under the pedals. The pedals feel numb because my arse is constantly vibrating because that's where the bass unit is. But I'd like to put some more there. So I feel the gear change through my arse, but not, say, the engine rumble. Honestly, I wish we had more viewers because I think these sort of discussions make for great viewing. But hopefully people watching the stream going, "Oh, or I think DJ was in the right," and other people going, "Oh, I think Schalke was in the right," and other people going, "What the fuck were you two just doing?"
Yeah.
Oh, but
they would need to be frequent.
Oh, right. I am going to have to go to bed because I am an achy old man. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been a number of you as always. We're back tomorrow with Scrap Mechanic, which is awesome. And thank you, Schalke, for being both my pupil and my mentor in this game. Every day I think we both learn a little bit of something about the game.
Yes.
And sometimes we learn, don't do that. And sometimes we go, do that. So it was interesting, just very quickly, after having chatted about cutting you up, that's how I beat Victor. I cut him up on 3 corners. So he took the corner perfectly, and I dived in front of him. He overtook me on the straight, and then I dived in front of him again. And I actually won the race by doing that. So it all works. I